All right, hello, and welcome into episode number 2 of the week. This is the NFL podcast of the Football is King podcast. If you're looking for college football, it was yesterday, so go give that a listen. You will be able to tell which episode you are trying to look at if you look at Shane's background. He was in Kyle Field for the college football, obviously New Orleans Saints for the NFL episode, so we appreciate that. This episode, we're talking to America here, just like the NFL referees on the hot mics. And we just want to thank everyone once again for liking and subscribing, hitting the bell, all of those things as we climb our subscriber goal to make it to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. We're up to 30, which is actually pretty good because I think we started on our first episode of this year at like 15. So we've pretty much doubled already this year. Let's keep it going. Today, we will be talking about NFL week number 2. Lots of good action, lots of idiotic coaching decisions, and a lot of trash to talk about some really crappy football teams. So let's get right into it. We'll start off with our first segment. We always like to talk about today's headlines going on currently in the NFL. The biggest one so far is that Patrick Mahomes has officially restructured his contract to make a lot of money. And
highest paid in the league now, right? Per year.
Well, he's the highest paid over 4 years, but he's not the highest paid. Like I think Burrow still makes.
It's
I think,
so confusing to me. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he makes a buttload of money. Let's just say that.
He has generational wealth.
Does this hinder Travis Kelce now, though?
No, it does. So the thing that I'm confused on is everything I've read is that Chris Jones signs his new contract, but him and Mahomes' contract, we're not even going to be able to franchise tag Chris Jones next year. We don't have the cap space for it. So, like, that's a problem.
Wasn't Jones's just, like, incentives? They just changed.
Correct. But, like, based off of our cap space for next year, we won't have because of the defensive linemen's contracts that happened this year, we don't have the ability, we will not have the cap space to franchise tag Chris Jones. There's still plenty of time, and a deal can be reworked, and like someone else can restructure, or the salary cap could go up, and who knows? Because Brett Veach said that we let Tyreek go so that we could pay Chris Jones, and if we now don't pay Chris Jones and lost Tyreek, that's a problem.
It's all fake. The salary cap is fake. They'll figure out a way.
It's all fake.
Salary cap is fake.
And Brett Veach is one of the best at manipulating said.
Also, we can just cut Jawan Taylor because we're paying him a crap ton and he sucks. So then we can pay Chris Jones. I'd rather have Chris Jones over 10 Jawan Taylors.
When your coach has to come out and say that we can fix Jawan Taylor after paying him the money they paid him, not great. Not great at all.
But I saw the rounds going around about, everyone's trying to debate, like Mahomes and Burrow and Hurts and all these people. I just always love to throw the little facts around, not to prove that Mahomes is better than anybody else, but people talk about Mahomes inherited a great football team. The Kansas City Chiefs, before Patrick Mahomes, had won 4 division titles and 1 playoff win in 20 years. Now they have won every single division title, going 6-0 in our division multiple times, and has hosted 5 straight AFC championship games. So,
as an unbiased opinion here, I can say all 4 of us have watched a lot of bad Chiefs football teams.
And Alex Smith played some good Chiefs football, but I think we went 11-5 the year before Mahomes got there, but then we just got bounced from the playoffs immediately. So what's the point? Well, Mahomes took it to the next level.
Yeah, he did enter into a better situation than many first-round quarterbacks, but that's the fault of all the teams that passed on him.
Yeah. It's also the fault of all the teams that you could draft a really good quarterback in the first round. That does not mean that you have to play them right away. Sit them for a year and let them learn.
There might be some value to that.
Right? Like, CJ Stroud's numbers are going to looked pretty good this past week, but they had 10 points go and they were down 3 scores and then he stat padded to where he had like 300 plus yards.
Yeah.
What's the point?
I think
You know that
the third most passing yards in the NFL this season.
Yeah, but the Texans are still going to win 3 games this year.
Yeah,
so you could have let Davis Mills sit or play and let C.J. Stroud sit and learn for a year, especially, in my opinion, if you have a quarterback that you drafted from Ohio State. They need to sit and look at how the NFL window for a wide receiver to be open is a lot smaller than it is at Ohio State.
Yes.
Yeah.
That we've seen that the past 2 Ohio State quarterbacks.
We've seen that with every single Ohio State quarterback ever. When's the last successful Ohio State quarterback?
I can't think of a single one. I'm trying to think of one.
I literally got none.
What's his face won a national title? Oh, they had that year where they won the national title where they're on their 3rd string quarterback with that big Cardale Jones. Neither. Well, I was gonna say all 3 of those quarterbacks who won a national title. None of them.
I care about success in the NFL.
Joe Burrow was the best Ohio State quarterback.
Doesn't count.
I got nothing.
No, but that's the best technically.
That's the truth,
Yeah.
The answer is Mike Tomczak. Has anyone ever heard about this guy ever?
I've never heard of him.
No, but I bet you he had a big old sack.
When did he play? Like in the 70s?
Maybe. This might be a terrible stat because he has a Super Bowl ring, but he was the backup, so that doesn't count.
Oh.
So again, nobody.
Dwayne Haskins is.
Yeah, he was no good.
Isn't he dead?
R.I.P.
See, these don't count. Like, these are all terrible. They put
Troy Smith.
Troy Smith never even played in the NFL.
Hey, Mike Tomczak played for 14 years. Put some respect on his name.
Did he play, or was he the backup? That I only read the.
Hey,
I only read the beginning.
I'm gonna assume he was the backup.
Well, that was probably a long time ago, Shane. I don't even know if he made millions. He might have made a few $100,000.
Yeah, I think he's probably comfortable at this point.
Yeah, he's fine. He might be dead. Who knows? That sounds like a really old name.
He's not dead. He's not dead yet.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Haskins is the only one dead.
We're all dying. Just some of us are going to get there quicker than the others.
Yeah.
He's 73 games.
There you go.
He threw 88 touchdowns and 106 interceptions.
So you know what? I right there, he's the best. That's good for the good for that Ohio State website I saw. He's definitely the best Ohio State quarterback ever.
That's sad. That is very sad.
Which is so crazy because they're like a perennial powerhouse in college football.
It's kind of like Alabama was for a while, though. Like, you never had an Alabama quarterback be successful in the NFL.
For sure. But now, then for a little while, it was a factory. But
yeah.
Besides Brent Musburger trying to take one of their women in the middle of a game at Alabama.
That is true. But, he's canceled now, so we don't have to worry about him. All right. Other things we need to talk about. YouTube TV. I've got some bones to pick with YouTube TV. They need to figure it out. Number one, we need to figure out how to put the quad box on computers instead of just televisions. That's stupid. Okay? Sometimes I want to put the Chiefs on the big screen and only watch one game, but I want to watch 4 other games at the same time on my laptop. DirecTV was able to do it. We need to figure it out. YouTube TV. Other things.
Not that hard.
It's not that hard. Last night, while we're talking about the multi-view, watching Monday Night Football, you can multi-view the 2 games. One game is like 90 seconds ahead of the other and showing all the important plays of the other game. It's like, what's the point?
I was very annoyed when they kept having live look-ins and there would be 3 screens up there with 2 on the same game. One was way ahead of the
Correct. It was driving me insane.
Or the fact that your TV turns into a 20-inch TV because they got them side by side.
Correct. Yeah. And I don't
know how you fix that, though. I don't know how you fix that.
Oh, I Google searched it. I have tried everything to fix said problem. You can only do them side by side. What engineer or whatever dumbass they hired to do this thought that was the good idea? From the get-go, you should say, no, buddy. Top and bottom, full screen, top and bottom. That's how.
Would it be bigger? Would it be bigger if it was top and bottom?
I don't give a shit, but it would look better. I mean, Lord have mercy.
It would most televisions are longer than they are tall, so at least the aspect ratio would look the same. It's wide.
Yeah.
You always want to watch your movie in widescreen, not full screen.
I have 4 inches of black screen on top, bottom, left, right.
It's bad.
The only time it's good to use is when it's 4 games at once.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's not great either because it still cuts off a bunch. And,
yeah, it's not great.
And also, I don't get this, but I don't even get how it's possible. But the sound is different in the multi-view than it is when you watch the game live. Not only does the volume change a ton, where one is really quiet and one is really loud, but also in one of the versions, I don't remember which one it is, there's significantly more crowd noise than the other.
So as a longtime YouTube TV user, ABC has always been like this. You can barely hear the commentators ever. You only hear crowd noise. And like if Joe Tessitore's on the call, you will not hear a word he says.
Yeah, but like I'm talking like the first NFL Sunday, I'm watching the multi-view. And I don't know, I'm watching some random game at noon. And all 3 of the other games that I'm watching go to halftime, and the other game is still on. So I'm like, all right, I don't care about watching 3 halftimes. I want to put it on the big screen. You click it, and it took us forever. Like, we're like, no way. We kept going back and forth. Like, in one, you can just hear Tony Romo just sounding drunk on the lot, and then in the other one, you can barely hear Tony, and all you hear is the crowd, and it's like it's just so weird. That's so strange.
That's been a problem.
That's YouTube TV, baby.
I don't know what it is, but they got to figure out the sound because you can never hear the commentators.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it depends on which version you're watching on, but they've got some things that they definitely do need to figure out on the YouTube TV.
They should have money in the world because everyone uses YouTube TV now.
Correct. And they've done a lot of things right. I love a lot of things about YouTube TV. The unlimited DVR is awesome. They have all the sports that I want to watch.
My biggest qualm, I'm serious, is the stupid I want up and down multi-view. If you give me that, I will shut up about everything else. But give me the up and down. I don't want side to side.
I guess they got to figure out like on the 2 screen to do it up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't need to be for 4 screen. It works fine. But when you're watching 2 screen, it should. If you want to watch side to side, okay, you get that option. If you want to be normal human and not Ted Bundy, you can watch up and down. We want to watch up and down. That's what I want to watch.
We've known for forever that when you do a split screen, you go top and bottom. We're taking this back to Halo 2 multiplayer days, where you would put a blanket on the screen so that there was no screen peeking allowed. Like, we have known about this for forever, and YouTube TV going side to side that's a tragedy. You can't have it.
No, you can't. It's irritating.
All right, and then our final headline that we got to talk about is the biggest news of it all. We're doing Google Meet now instead of Zoom, so we got extra space on the screen. You can see now all my lovely Mattel action figures from the Chiefs Super Bowl win. Chris Jones, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and what's this? We got Taylor Swift as well, as we have our confirmed Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are dating. Make them hold hands over there for the rest of the episode. I really appreciate that Mattel predicted the future and gave me a Taylor Swift action figure. The Chiefs are probably going to get steamrolled now this season because they're going to have a bad breakup. It's going to be a great album that she drops eventually. The poor NFL players are going to get roasted.
It'll be 17 songs.
Dating?
What'd you say, Blake?
You think they're actually dating?
No, I probably don't think they're dating. I think they
something she was with some other guy too.
I think they might have gone and like hung out with each other, but
they might have boinked once or twice, but that's not it.
I don't know. Travis Kelce is not like Taylor Swift.
No, definitely not. speaking of all these things, we do have a Taylor Swift master here on the Football is King podcast. Is she around?
Wait.
How does she?
I would love to get her
Taylor
opinions
Swift
on this.
insider.
Does she even know about these rumors? What's her?
Oh, I
thought on
guarantee
these?
she knows. Ain't no way she doesn't know.
He nods his head yes.
Yeah, she absolutely knows.
Yeah. I would love to get her opinion on which of these two dudes that I've heard she's dating is she actually dating.
Oh, are we getting?
We're working on it. We're working on it. Trust the
Toppy,
process.
Toppy, are you whooping his ass?
No, I'm killing him.
Said she doesn't want to be on
32 to 12.
She doesn't have to be on the screen. Audio is fine.
We need your thoughts on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Sarah, just come on screen.
He has his own money and is successful, so I don't think he's her type. I don't think he's his type either.
Are they dating, or is she dating the other guy?
I don't think she's officially dating anybody. And I think that it's good press for him, so he's not going to come right out and deny it.
I mean, he doesn't need good
I
press.
think it's
He's
good press
crushing it.
for her.
Yeah, you think it's good press for Travis Kelce?
That is great press for Travis Kelce.
Really? Is it really?
I mean, he doesn't
She's
need
she's probably the biggest celebrity on the planet right now.
Yeah, he doesn't
have
need
you
the
seen
press, but it's
Keeping Up
good
with
press.
The Kardashians, because I have. That's more impressive.
I mean, what she made on this
That would be
freaking
bad.
Eras tour, like $3 billion.
Oh, at least.
Kim Kardashian is dating OBJ, if that matters.
Oh, really?
I did see that, and then what do you know?
He got hurt.
OBJ gets hurt this weekend.
He's hurt. Low ankle.
The curse of the Kardashians.
That's the same thing where I think Travis Kelce was hurt week 1. And so he just wanted to go hang out with Taylor Swift in whatever country she is currently in, touring the world.
Hey, the Kardashians are the true KKK. Keeping Kardashian curse. That's all it is.
All right.
We're gonna have to edit that one out. We're gonna have to find some editing software. Thanks, Shane.
Can we get sued for that? Is that slander?
Probably.
Allegedly. Sorry, allegedly.
Allegedly. What do they want? My Hyundai Sonata? Okay.
Well, Reggie Bush and Chris Humphries would agree with you.
Yeah, I know.
Sarah, which guy would you rather have Taylor Swift date because she'll drop a better album? Travis Kelce or the other dude that I forget what his name is?
Matty Healy.
His name is Matty?
Oh, you know the 1975?
I know the 1975. I'm about to see them in concert in a couple weeks. But his name is Matty?
Matty Healy.
No, I'm sorry. Your name is Matt.
He looks like a bum. He looks like he smells bad, to be honest with you.
He looks like
he uses patchouli oil, allegedly patchouli oil.
British people just tend to look like they smell bad.
Where are you seeing in 1975?
ACL. 3-day passes.
Fellas.
Let's go. It's gonna be great.
You go, Shane.
No, you go. You're the expert here.
I think that Matty Healy breaking Taylor Swift's heart would give us an album of a lifetime.
See, but she's done the musician thing before. We need a new take. She's never dated the athlete. I want the athlete album.
I was thinking if she was doing banging Travis Kelce, we would get a 17-week banger of a album. You know, you got 17 weeks.
Yeah.
Also, I felt like Travis Kelce had a different preference in women. That's not.
What are you trying to say, Sarah? What are you trying to say?
Usually he does.
What are you trying to
His last one was a little bit tanner.
Also, I think that he likes a little bit of
exactly, Sarah.
I think he likes a little bit maybe of the looser women, but if you look at Taylor Swift's lyrics, she's got some. What?
Taylor Swift has dated half the world, bro.
That doesn't mean that she slept with half the world.
Doesn't mean she didn't.
I understand. Oh, we know she did. When she was 16, she was talking about her loving bed. Can't have that. That's hashtag not my Taylor.
I hope when you say looser, you're talking about personality. That's all I'm saying.
I'm talking about morals. You take that whatever you mean. Maybe they're like Deion Sanders and saying bull junk, and Jesus knows in his heart that he's saying something else. You take it to what you want it to be. But as someone who has seen an episode of Catching Kelsey, I think we all know the women that he's looking for.
That's what I said too. Like, he likes a short baddie. That's what I'll say.
Oh, whoa,
Short baddie. There we go.
This is getting a little racial.
And Taylor Swift is neither of those two things.
She is.
Are you trying to say that Travis Kelce's more of a Megan the Stallion type of guy?
Exactly.
Throw a Doja Cat in there.
Thing with Megan Thee Stallion.
What about Cash Me Outside? How about that?
Probably not.
Oh, she's like 12, right?
I mean, she can't still be 12. She was 12 years ago.
She definitely lives in a trailer park, though, so that's probably not much Travis's style.
I don't know. Have you seen Travis's mustache? He looks like he would be in a trailer park right about now.
Megan Thee Stallion is his like dream girl, probably.
Cool. All right.
So
I mainly just wanted to bring up, just make my little joke that I got Taylor Swift, a little Mattel character here.
I'm done in the 1975 though. That'll be fun.
They're really sad, so I don't know. We'll see.
Is it bad that I have never in my life heard of Net?
I had never heard of him until she said something about Matty Healy, and I was like, well, I've never heard of him either. And then that's how I heard of the 1975.
Is that their band name?
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're sad. Which, you know what? If him and Taylor Swift dated,
maybe they'll both have
the 1975 would also probably come up with a pretty good album.
Yeah.
So maybe the music world needs that to happen, and Travis needs to step aside.
Do they have any bangers that us normal folks would know about?
No, not you.
I don't listen to music, so
the rare time you listen to music, I've heard what it is, and you've definitely never heard of the 1975.
Not much.
And Jonathan has also never heard of the 1975 for sure. Blake, I don't know. Who knows?
I only heard of him because of Taylor Swift.
All right, there you go. Okay, there's 20 minutes on non-football things. Let's talk about football things.
I gotta get my laptop charger.
That's fine. Well, this is a terrible time for everyone to leave because, you know what? We'll run an audible because it's a football podcast. The Arizona Cardinals are running the perfect tank, and I love it. Where in both games they look competitive in the first half, and in the second half they lose on purpose. It's brilliant.
Are they like frisky?
No, I guarantee you they're running the perfect tank. I forget who they play this week. They play the Cowboys. They play the Cowboys. I guarantee you that game is close-ish in the first half and then becomes a blowout in the second half.
Yeah, we'll see. I doubt that.
No, their defense looks – I'm not saying it's going to be high scoring.
Good, though.
Their defense looks really good in the first half, and then they just change what they're doing and look terrible on purpose.
Are they going to – I mean, they're definitely tanking for Caleb Williams, but where does Kyler Murray go?
I don't think they care about if it's Caleb or not. I don't think that they're necessarily going to be the number one pick. I think that might be the Bears.
Sure.
But I think they might be number two because I think that the Cardinals will take Drake May.
Yeah,
I think that they think he's an acceptable choice as well.
Yeah, especially if they're not number one. I mean, there's going to be a lot of quarterbacks coming out.
I am intrigued because their record is going to keep being bad. They're going to kill somebody's survivor. They almost did it this week. They're going to kill somebody's survivor. They're going to be they might be, I haven't even looked. Have they covered both weeks?
I believe they didn't cover this week, did they?
I mean, what? They only lost by 3. They definitely covered. The Giants were 5.5-point favorites or 4.5-point favorites when it closed. So they definitely covered this week. They might have covered. They're your sneaky underdogs to watch. That they might not win the game, but they're going to be good for covering the spread. And speaking,
my wife is also jealous about you going to see 1975.
I would have never guessed that she listened to them, but yeah. All right, cool.
Big fan.
All right, I am not, but I'm going to see them anyway because I got tickets to go see other people, and they're going to be there. What I was going to say, as someone who had the Giants picked for a Survivor League this weekend,
You must have been.
Ooh, I was sweating bullets, except for when I saw the score at halftime. I turned and looked at my sister. Shout out, Kristen, if you're listening. I told her, Giants win this game, guaranteed. And she was like, there's no way. And I was like, this is what the Cardinals are going to do. And then I just kept, like, we were watching the Chiefs game, and just every time the Giants would score a touchdown, I just look over and be like, they scored again. Cardinals went 3 and out again. I think the Cardinals, they scored a touchdown in one possession in the second half and then went 3 and out for the rest of the game. And it was just like too easy. It was too easy.
I live bet the Giants in the middle of the game because I was like, there's no way the Cardinals win this game.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You would have got great odds. What odds did you get?
They
at that
weren't
point?
that great. They were positive, but they weren't that great. Because I think
that's insane to me. See, Vegas, they know that they're performing the perfect tank.
I think when they were down,
Arizona's like,
they were
we
down
don't want to get
7 when I bet them.
Okay.
Arizona don't want to get fined, so
yeah, they're running the perfect tank. All right, other big games from this weekend. Sorry, that was the one that we cared about the least because everyone was off screen. Let's talk about the overtime games. Game number 1, the Chargers and the Titans. My boy, Justin Herbert, coming in, has the ball twice in this game with a chance to win. And now this season has had the ball at the end of the game 3 times in 2 weeks with a chance to win and has won 0 games. And I love it.
They can't run, or they don't run.
I was going to say, I only watched highlights from that game. So
last week they ran for over 200 yards.
Any Staley malpractice on that game?
Oh, we're going to get there. I just want to talk just about my boy Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Brandon Staley's got his own segment. It's named after him.
Herbert didn't play terrible, though.
I think Herbert is going to end up being a quarterback in 10 years. We look back at what he could have been.
I'm already looking back at him and saying what he could have been. Herbert didn't play terribly, except for when the game mattered most. He got the ball at the end of the game with 2 minutes left. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left. Down a field goal. Couldn't get it done. He couldn't score a touchdown. He kicked a field goal. Good for him. He forced overtime. He gets the ball first to start overtime. 3 and out. Punt, loses. Last weekend, he got the ball with a chance to beat the Dolphins. Goes 3 and out, or 4 and out, because they went for it on 4th down. He can't get it done. Justin Herbert is the opposite of Patrick Mahomes. He has 0 clutch gene at all. It was the same problem last year. He can't figure out how to win. He's a great quarterback, except for he cannot win if the game is close.
Is his problem somewhat that as a quarterback, you've got to have that gene in you that's different, where you can tell – where your coach calls a play and you can say, nah, I ain't running this play, and you call it off and run your own play?
I don't know I don't know how to define it. He doesn't have it. That's the best way I can describe it. He doesn't have it.
And that's a major portion of the ordeal.
Justin Herbert is significantly more talented as a passer than Tom Brady was. Tom Brady had it, though, and that's all that mattered, and a really good defense.
Yeah, there's those quarterbacks like even Josh Allen in the past years.
Josh Allen does not have it.
Well, in the past couple of years, this year definitely not. Past couple of years, no matter how much time was on the clock, you kind of felt like there was a chance. I don't feel that with Justin Herbert at all.
There's a chance, but it's not the same as when you get like Joe Burrow, Tom Brady, or Mahomes with the ball at the end of the game, where you go, oh, they win.
Yeah.
Those are the guys where you go, they're going to win. Guaranteed.
I'll up the ante because I watched a lot of these games. Drew Brees had it 1 year. The rest of the years, he didn't have it. You were comfortable in games, but if it came down to one drive, I was expecting Drew Brees to throw an interception and then put his head down and run off the field like someone killed his baby. Like that's really
Peyton
what
didn't have it.
Yeah, Peyton. Yeah.
Dak Prescott doesn't have it.
For sure. Peyton is 100% the best quarterback to ever play football. And I don't care what anyone says. Peyton Manning is the best quarterback to ever play football. but he didn't have it, which is why he won 1 Super Bowl.
2.
2 Super Bowls? 2
Two.
Super Bowls.
2 Super Bowls.
No, didn't. I thought Eli won more than Peyton did.
No, he won 1 with the Colts and 1 with the Broncos.
Oh, sorry. Nah, he won 1 with the Broncos. The Broncos defense won that game. Peyton Manning threw ducks for a whole day. Sorry, but he does have 2. I apologize to Peyton Manning.
But he didn't. But once again, he didn't have it in that Super Bowl. Which he was also
old.
40 years old and
so
had a broken neck.
Yeah.
You know?
But Peyton Manning did not have it, which is the only reason why Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls, because they would go against each other every year in the playoffs, and it was always close, and Tom would always win because he had it in the fourth quarter.
Yep, I agree.
Which brings up my favorite Justin Herbert stat. Justin Herbert has now played 52 starts in his NFL career. He is 25-27.
That's pretty bad.
Here are the quarterbacks that have a better record through 52 games than Justin Herbert.
I don't even want to know.
Mark Sanchez, Mitchell Trubisky,
Heck yeah.
Matt Castle,
Heck yeah.
Tyrod Taylor.
No.
Hey, some respect.
There are also others.
And people in the media, you want to get back to it. We talked about it last night. Media.
Yep.
The media loves Herbert. They love
every year. Chargers are favored to win the AFC West. Chargers are favored to win the AFC in the national media because Justin Herbert is the greatest thing ever.
I will say in the past 2 days, I have heard a much different tone on Justin Herbert.
It's got to start to change.
It's only been 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Justin Herbert is a very, very good quarterback. There are 27 teams in the NFL that would chop off their left nut to have Justin Herbert as their quarterback right now. But he's just not. He's not that guy.
My only question is if Staley is kind of.
Hey, Justin Herbert just got paid. Tom Telesco is firing Staley before anything happens.
Oh yeah, Herbert's there.
Staley is not amazing. We all know that. We'll talk about him more later. But Staley is not in control at the end of the game when Herbert has a chance to win the game. That's not Staley's job. Staley's not calling the plays.
No, but unfortunately, Justin Herbert has now been paid a massive contract, so you're stuck with him.
Oh, I mean, he's not a bad person to be stuck with. You're still going to make the playoffs every year. You're just not.
You're not winning a Super Bowl. Yeah, you're not winning
unless the rest of your team is stacked, or unless Justin Herbert finds a way to flip the switch.
He is Carmelo Anthony.
He's Carmelo Anthony. He's a great. Yeah. All right, overtime game number 2. The Lions Seahawks, just like last year. I think, what was it last year? Like 45-41 or something crazy like that. I mean, these two teams can't stop each other on defense, but the games are fun.
Yeah, that was one of those games where, whoever has the ball at the end of the game is going to win this game.
Yeah. I think that Detroit's my favorite team to watch this year because every single one of their games is going to be close and a banger every time.
Well, and if it is a close, good game, you never know what you're going to get out of old Dan Campbell at the podium. So that's
true.
Wow.
That's that. I don't know. The Lions fans were complaining about the refs. I didn't watch the game close enough because of YouTube TV's quad box scenario that it just didn't work out. That I didn't pay attention to the refs. But you know what? If you got screwed by the refs, Lions fans, we apologize. But welcome to the NFL.
I don't know what to make of Seattle either.
Yeah.
I think both of them.
They're my survivor pick this week, so I need them to win. That's all I got on the Seahawks this week. Okay, let's go to our final big game of the week. Was the Ravens beating the Bengals, pushing the Bengals to 0-2. Is Lamar Jackson the MVP of the league right now?
Oh, no.
Dude, I don't care what y'all say. Have you watched him play? Lamar Jackson is looking pretty dang good.
Right now, I'm taking Tua Tagovailoa.
BS. Who is the best player on the Miami Dolphins?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek is the MVP of that team, not Tua.
Who has the most passing yards in the NFL?
I don't give a crap.
Tagovailoa.
Who has the most receiving yards in the NFL?
Coach
Tyreek
of the
Hill.
year, Mike McDaniel.
Oh, when he went on that little 40-yard sprint,
Oh.
like, that is a
Yeah, that was good. Mike
I love that,
McDaniel is
man. I love it.
Mike McDaniel is a great coach for the memes. I'll give him that. I love Mike McDaniel for the memes. His coaching, I'm still not sold.
I just want the Miami Dolphins to win a Super Bowl for one reason and one reason
Don't
only.
say that. Why would you ever say that?
It's so Austin Williamson has to sit here and say, not a bad coach, because that man disparages him so often.
I will definitely not ever be like, oh, he's still a good coach unless he does some good coaching. All his strategy right now is just Tyreek get open.
Hey,
the
strategy it's working.
I hate that strategy.
Also, this week I will say the Dolphins were lucky. They were lucky.
Hey, Cole Strange did not get no first down.
I don't think he got the first down, but I think that he got lucky on one really terrible throw by Mac Jones, the fumble for no reason. Congratulations to Bradley Chubb for finally making a play in the NFL. He's been traded multiple times for good draft picks, even though he sucks, and he finally made a play.
Are the Patriots dead?
No, they're not dead. They look good.
They look like one of those teams that'll end up 7-9 or 9-7.
That's not dead.
Mac Jones ain't going to be the quarterback.
They're not going to win a playoff game, though.
No, for sure. But I look at this. But you also look at the Patriots roster. Should the Patriots win 7 games in the AFC East? Not at all. You look at what Bill Belichick has done as a coach these first 2 weeks, and you just I'm amazed at how he does. That block on that freaking extra point that Bill Belichick.
That was beautiful.
If there's a play that shows you that Bill Belichick is the best head coach in the NFL still to this day, it's that play right there.
That should win play of the year.
The
NFL award play of the year.
And I heard somebody say it today. It was like he did that on 4th and 10. If that was 4th and 4, he's never doing that. But it was 4th.
You don't know.
So
you don't know.
But even if that dude jumps off sides on accident, he has the perfect jump. Even if he jumps off sides, you're giving up 3 points
4th
still.
and 5.
For sure.
It's 4th and 5.
And they actually ran it twice, but then they made it the second time. But I mean, what a block!
That was the most beautiful special team. Honestly, I truly believe at this rate in the year that's play of the year. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever
these are just the things that Bill is thinking of that no one else is thinking of.
Yes, but you know what the terrible part is? You go and look at like New England Patriots social media. Their fans want Bill, like they're ready for Bill to be fired. I'm like, are y'all that spoiled that y'all?
They're spoiled they're spoiled, and so they expect greatness. But you look at this roster that the Patriots have, and the fact that they have been in the game with a chance to win. They have been driving to win the game against the Eagles and the Dolphins, and just Mac Jones can't get it done. Like
that's the problem. If they had a quarterback that could, they'd be legit. Maybe, I don't know. They're
not winning any titles or division titles anytime soon. But the Patriots aren't dead. Like the Cardinals are dead. The Bears are dead.
Okay, I guess more so is Mac Jones dead.
Mac Jones is dead. He's dead.
Mac Jones is going to make a great fill-in when Brock Purdy gets injured again. That's what in the future. He's going to be a great quarterback underneath Kyle Shanahan in the future.
Mac Jones is just not a guy.
Yeah, now that the Patriots are 0-2, they should start to tank because if you put Drake May on that team, look out.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
maybe get a couple wide receivers in there because their wide receivers are kind of trash. But
can we have a serious conversation? Why do half the people on TV say Judon and the other half say Judon or whatever the hell they say? It's very irritating.
People are weird, man.
It's clearly Judon. Like
that's like when they announced Bijan Robinson. They keep saying Bijan.
Bijan.
Like, why are we saying that?
Because they're trying to make it sound like Dijon. I don't know. Who knows? All right.
It's off topic, but very irritating.
No, that's fine. Joe Burrow. Our thoughts?
He's still hurt.
I think he's still.
They also have started slow the past 2 years.
Yeah, but no, he's in rough shape. And they play the Rams this week. That's not an easy game. The Rams are good because they're healthy.
I almost took that as a bet, but
the Rams are. I think the Rams are my lock. I mean,
Burrow
if you bet early enough, the Rams were 6.5-point dogs. That is a lock for sure.
What are they at now? They were high.
Now it's 2.5 after the Burrow possibly won't play.
I saw it at.
I mean, if the Bengals lose this weekend and are 0-3, like they're dead. Like they won't make the playoffs.
Yeah, this feels different than the past couple of years.
Their defense sucks.
Yeah.
Because they paid Burrow this extravagant amount of money, they lost their entire secondary and their defense sucks.
Burrow hasn't. I mean, I know he's probably injured, but like.
Yeah, I'm not worried about their offense because it's the same offense as last year. If Burrow is healthy, they will be fine. But calf strains are hard to make go away. So he's injured the whole year.
This feels a little weird.
Yeah, I think that they'll have a down year this year, officially.
The problem with Burrow is, and I don't want this for him, but he has started every year of his NFL career hurt. And that's not a good sign for the future.
Yeah, hurt or appendicitis or something weird. Who knows? He misses training camp every year, which is strange.
That ain't good, though. That don't
strange.
help, man.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. That is strange.
Yep. I mean, he's got a very short career, so I mean, it's hard to so far.
Yeah,
so
but still,
yeah.
What if any other player in the league didn't start the year healthy for his first 3 years, we would be looking at him going
for sure.
Saquon Barkley, for example. I mean, perfect example. He's
different position, but yes, I get where you're going with that.
I'm saying, yeah, different position, but if it was any other position, it's like, hey, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah. All right. That was a solid 40-minute first segment. That was supposed to only be 15 minutes. Fantastic work, everybody. This is what you expect here on the Football is King podcast. We like to talk a lot. Let's go real quick. We'll go around the horn. Let me get your opinions from your team this weekend, starting off with the lovely Las Vegas Raiders. Jonathan, what would you like to tell us about your Raiders this weekend?
I don't. Hunter Renfrow still isn't touching the ball. We're not able to score points. Josh Jacobs had -8 yards.
That's rough.
-8 yards. The guy just gets a big contract and goes -8 yards.
I mean, he had a good week one.
Or -6. It was one of those.
You know, still low.
Really bad. That's really, really bad. It's frustrating. You know, Jimmy G's not the answer. You know, we just got a more sinful version of Derek Carr.
That's great.
It's the same thing. He's the same quarterback.
I agree. I actually totally agree.
Derek Carr. The only difference between Derek Carr and Jimmy G is one bangs porn stars and one has 7 kids with his Mormon wife. That's the only difference right there.
Oh, no, Jimmy G is significantly more attractive.
Oh, well, true. We do have the most
Derek Carr puts eyeliner on every single week.
Did you see that man walk into the tunnel this week, Jimmy G? That dude is unbelievably attractive.
I also have a problem with Derek Carr because when he's playing for the Saints, he kind of looks like Taysom Hill when he's back to pass.
He kind of does, yes.
Yeah. They're passing Taysom Hill, and I have a problem with that.
But he doesn't have the sleeve. Taysom wears a sleeve, which is good to know.
I can't stand. I guess I never realized it until he played for the Saints. I can't stand the release of the ball. I cannot handle it. It's like sidearm, but it's not sidearm. It's very
He
weird.
throws a pretty ball.
Yeah,
sometimes.
People said that about his brother, and we saw what happened there.
His brother
To be fair, his brother probably would have been good if he didn't play for the worst team
for an expansion team. He played for an expansion team.
With no O-line.
Yeah. They were terrible.
Yeah,
He still holds the record for the most pick sixes in a game, I think.
that's fine. Who cares?
Terrible. I don't like what I'm seeing out of the Raiders. You know, it's another disappointing year.
This week you have the Steelers at home. Do you win or do you lose?
Take the under, folks. Take the under.
The under is a good possibility.
I don't know, man. You got to be careful with Pittsburgh with the unders. They score defensive touchdowns, and those kill the under.
Their defense will put up 18 points or something crazy. 2 safeties and 2 touchdowns.
I don't know. The problem is I kind of like the Steelers. Kind of like.
Have you watched their offense recently?
Kind of like what they got going on.
Their offense is awful.
Matt
Their
Canada's
defense is
terrible.
amazing.
Dude, Matt Canada needs to be fired right now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about him later. But yeah. All right. Do you win or do you lose? Come on. Crap or
we're
get
gonna
off the
lose.
pot. All right.
We're
There
gonna
we go. Blake, let's talk about them Dirty Birds. They're 2-0.
We're going Dirty Birds.
Wait, why does he
Hey.
get to okay, can we just establish that Blake can't change based off of what city he lives in that year?
I've been rooting for the Dirty Birds. Hey, they like ugly football, but honestly, the ugly football is kind of the most beautiful football. It is awesome to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Bijan
Bijan's fun to watch.
Bijan's kind of a beast.
I told y'all he's really, really good.
It's really good.
He's
Desmond
very,
Ritter
very
doesn't really
good.
have to do a whole lot.
He's awful. Okay. For how good Bijan is, Desmond Ritter is equally
not
bad.
disagreeing,
He's
but when you look at-
terrible.
When you look at the stats against the Packers, the Falcons' offense had like 150 more yards than the Packers did. I mean, they outplayed them in every facet of the game. They just weren't winning on the scoreboard the entire game. And then, but Bijan's a beast. I don't know what to say about him. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's good.
I think he ran for 130 something this week.
I think 140 something maybe. And then like he's also really great out of the backfield for passing game too.
It's like 20.
You're playing the Lions in Detroit. Do you win
Yeah.
or do you lose?
I'd probably take the Lions on that one.
Okay. Not much faith. Let's keep it in the NFC South. Sorry, apologize. Shane, how do we feel about the Saints and their lovely
Pete
lovely
Carmichael, first year as the offensive coordinator of the New Orleans Saints, is the winningest offensive coordinator in New Orleans Saints history at 2-0. But he is the worst offensive coordinator I've ever seen in my life, besides old buddy from the Steelers. Now, on top of that, our defense might be electric. We might be really good.
Or
But-
have you just played 2 really, really terrible teams so far?
Yeah, but that could be the other side of the old spoon there. And my thought is you fire Pete Carmichael immediately. I don't know who you hire, but you get rid of this buffoon. And we see what happens. Now, we do play the Green Bay Packers this coming weekend. And I will say, our defense should make Jordan Love look fairly terrible at football.
Ooh, their defense is really
But
good
their
too, though.
defense
Yeah, their
is
defense is-
good. So
This
it is-
game screams the under, which is
Great. I was
it's going over.
It's going over.
For
No,
sure.
it's gonna be. What is the over under?
I think it's like 38.5.
okay, because I was gonna say 21.
Wait, no.
20.
It says 43.5. No way.
Oh, take the under. I would.
Ain't no
highly
way.
advise you.
42.5. I'm still taking the under.
Yeah, I would take the under. It's gonna be 17-9 or something. Something ridiculous.
All right, definitely not going to be watching
Talk
that
about the
game, then.
NFC South being 7-1, I believe.
Yeah. And their only loss is to
The
themselves.
Oh, wait, the Panthers have lost twice, though, right?
Yeah, the Panthers are 0-2, so that's not possible.
Maybe it was 7-1, except for the
Hey,
division game.
I think we said this before the season started.
They're
The
6-2.
6-2.
The NFC South is going to come down between the Saints and the Atlanta Falcons playing each other.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I like the Bucks.
The Bucks look decent.
Baker Mayfield's
Baker-
going to Baker Mayfield at some point in the year.
Correct, but Baker's still going to win 8 or 9 games, which might do it for the NFC South.
That's disparaging.
I mean, right now, the first week, the Panthers played the Bucks. So the Panthers have only played NFC South teams. And the Bucks have beat
The
the
Panthers.
Bears and the Panthers, so who knows if they're good.
Wasn't the Panthers Falcons week one?
Sorry, yeah, Panthers have only played NFC South. They've played the
Yeah.
Falcons and the Saints. The Bears have played. Sorry, the Bucks have played the Bears and the Panthers. So 2 terrible teams. I don't remember who the Saints played the first week, but they weren't that good. And I mean, it's just the Falcons. The Falcons did beat the Packers, which is impressive.
They were just missing Aaron Jones
and Bakhtiari and Christian Watson. But whatever, they got it done.
Yeah.
All right. The Chiefs won a football game. Hooray. And it wasn't because their offense is good, because their offense is still bad. The Chiefs had 12 penalties, 3 turnovers, and still won a game on the road. And I think it's time to put the Chiefs on watch.
Okay.
But not because they're bad, because they're good. The Chiefs defense held the Lions to 14 points, the number 1 scoring offense from the year before, and then the Jags to 9. If the Chiefs have a defense, watch out. This is my overreaction. If Patrick Mahomes can win games by only scoring 17 points, they will go undefeated from here on out if he only has to score 17. He had 3 turnovers and still scored 17.
Yeah. That's true. If the defense,
You got to watch out.
Chris Jones played this week.
Chris Jones played, and he looked good. He didn't play as many snaps as you would normally picture, but he basically had 4 sacks.
Yeah, he looked good.
Now, he only is going to get credit for 2 of them, but he made the play for the other 2 sacks. I mean, Chris Jones looks like a monster. He looks thin.
I see that. If they have a defense like that, that's trouble.
I mean, if Mahomes only has to score 20 points to win football games, that helps a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Shoot, you're used to him scoring 35.
So yeah, I mean the offense has got some stuff to figure out. Like, still, can someone hold on to a dang? Last week it was, can we catch the ball? We worked on that. I don't think we had any dropped passes this week. This week it was fumbling the football. So we're gonna finally put it together where we're gonna catch it and then we're gonna hold on to it and then we're just gonna fall down. That's the plan.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and eventually we're gonna figure out how Jawan Taylor can't commit 7 penalties in a game.
Can we talk about how Thursday night football this week is gonna suck?
I mean, Thursday night football is always gonna suck.
I prefer Thursday night football sucking.
49ers and Giants. That is.
Oh, take the Giants though.
That's a travesty.
The underdog covers every week in Thursday night football. Every time they cover every weekend. It makes no sense. It's always like a 15-point spread, and they cover every time. It's 10.5, I believe, right now. Speaking of our teams, to wrap up this segment, I know that there's 4 of us, and somehow we have 5 teams for us, but it's everybody's team. It's America's team, the Dallas Cowboys.
Boo.
Are they the best team in football?
I'm trying to not overreact to 2 games against 2 bad teams potentially.
The 49ers are still really good.
I was going to say, the 49ers make it hard to.
We're going to find out in 3, I believe in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Cowboys, 49ers.
My real question with the Cowboys is Micah Parsons the best player in football right now? Or is he so dominant because also the Cowboys' other defensive line players are ridiculous as well?
If you exclude quarterback, Micah Parsons is the best football player in the world right now.
No. See, I will go back in time. 2 years ago, I don't care who you say, Aaron Donald was the best player in football.
I don't think he's Aaron Donald.
Even quarterback wise, 2 years ago, Aaron Donald was the best player in football. He was triple teamed on every play. He was that good.
It's tough. It's tough to go against Mahomes. That's the one guy that I'm like.
Now, hey, Austin, I don't know if at the beginning of the year you were being facetious about
facetious.
Micah Parsons against the in training camp when they acted like he was going to be the greatest thing since mac and cheese. But the dude is good at football. He is really freaking good.
He looks when he rushes, he looks like he just looks faster than everybody.
Yeah. The thing that I need to see from him this year that has happened his first 2 years, against really bad teams, he will jump off the page, and against good teams, he will disappear. And this is why I still like players like TJ Watt, because TJ Watt, no matter if he's playing against good teams or bad teams, will look good. But the problem is the Steelers' rest of their defensive line isn't as good. Do you know Micah Parsons does not have the most sacks on the Dallas Cowboys defensive line right now?
Who is it?
Odigizua. Now, Micah creates a lot of sacks for other people, but if you look at the Cowboys' defensive line is stacked, which is why Micah can't get doubled on every play. Because if you double him on every single play, you're going to leave Lawrence one-on-one, Odigizua one-on-one, like the interior. Like the Cowboys have been smart in their drafting and offseason purchases and have made their defensive line have 6 of the best pass rushers in the NFL. So you can just keep rotating them.
The question is when they play an actual good team, will this look the same? I don't know.
My question for Micah is, can he do it against the good teams as well? Because there's a lot of times that he disappears.
We'll find out because we got the Patriots, the 49ers, and Chargers all in.
The Patriots O-line is terrible, but the 49ers is the game. He'll go against Trent Williams, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right. We made it. It's time for the quick hits segment, okay? We get 30 seconds on each game. Here we go. Eagles-Vikings from Thursday night.
Eagles.
No, it already happened. The Eagles won. We were there. It happened. These are all games that have already happened. The Eagles could not stop Justin Jefferson, and the Vikings could not stop a run play to save their life.
Yeah. The Eagles were just running
yeah.
They must have run for 250 yards.
Yeah. But Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins looked great. So, I mean.
Oh, Bobby Joe Gentry and the homecoming queen. They got a lot of work on old Kirk Cousins.
All right. So that brought us back to, we talked about it earlier. The Chargers and Vikings play this week. One of them is going to go 0-3. Who do we think is going to start 0-3? The Vikings or the Chargers?
Chargers.
Oh, wait. Just to make sure, I think it's in Minnesota.
I still think
Chargers.
Vikings have bad juju for last year.
Yeah, I think that there's no way that Justin Herbert in that stacked Chargers team starts 0-3.
Chargers are gonna start 0-3.
I hope so, Shane. I hope you're right.
It's not even gonna be close. Kirk Cousins is gonna come out slinging the pill. It's not even gonna be close.
Slinging the pill.
Fair enough. All right. Bucks and Bears played this past weekend, Jonathan. The Bears lost.
I'll watch that game
again.
Bears stink. The Bears are terrible.
They're dead. Justin Fields is officially dead.
So yeah, my favorite stat was, I think, going into the fourth quarter. I think I texted it to y'all. I think he'd thrown the ball 12 times when they were down 10 points. Yeah. Like, that's ridiculous. And then eventually he has to throw, and he immediately throws a pick 6 on a screen pass. It was great. I love it.
Fuck.
Can someone check on Danny O? His MVP?
That's dead.
Justin Fields was the second most picked player to win MVP. On official bets.
I would like to say that.
Do you know how much money Vegas made on Justin Fields this year? It's ridiculous.
Who actually believed that?
We were always doubters of Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't have the best odds, but he had they put the plus odds at decent enough that people were like, oh, I'll make a lot of money. And here's why. ESPN kept telling everybody, watch out, Justin Fields is going to be your MVP this year. And because
not ESPN, Dan Orlovsky got.
No, it's more than just him. Lots of people on ESPN and NFL Network and all these things, because they're getting told by Vegas, like, hey, pump up Justin Fields, that they pumped him up, and everyone took it, and Vegas made a killing.
This is why you got to come to the Football is King podcast to get actual input. Because no one here thought that was an actual.
We're not bot form of media.
Also, the Bears orange jerseys
We
are
do
awful.
not get vaxxed.
Well, that's not true. But the Bears should never be allowed to wear the orange jerseys ever again. They look awful. All right, that's on that. Colts and Texans.
Anthony
Gardner
Richardson might be okay.
Yeah, Uncle Rico still pretty good at football.
I'm telling you, the Jets need to go after old Uncle Rico. If Anthony
the Colts already got their guy. Also, Houston still might be that bad. I know that C.J. Stroud put up a bunch of numbers, but they were all garbage time. I think they were down 24 points, and he brought them back.
Yeah.
It's like
the Texans are very bad.
Texans are very, very bad.
I still think
what?
The Bears are worse.
I don't think that C.J. Stroud is the problem. I just think that the Texans are super bad. And so then I feel bad for C.J. Stroud. Same reason I feel bad for Bryce Young, because the Panthers are really, really bad.
I texted y'all. I feel bad. I'm watching that game last night. I was like, I feel bad for this poor guy.
He's getting beat up. He needs to start running more, because it looked good when he started to run. All right, let's talk about my favorite moment of the week. The Commanders played the Broncos, and the Broncos threw a Hail Mary tie and then missed the 2-point conversion. Now, was it blatant pass interference? Yes. Do we care? Absolutely not, because the Broncos still lost, and our boy Sean Payton's still 0-2.
I told y'all I was out on Sean Payton. I told y'all at the beginning of the year.
I couldn't believe the Commanders players didn't just hit that ball down.
Oh, I mean, swat it down. We talk about that all the time. Just swat it down.
Swat it.
Terrible.
Oh, Kevin James is not that great.
Kevin James. That's good. I like that reference. The Dolphins and Patriots, we talked about it already. Did we think it was a first down?
No.
No.
Okay. Was the evidence conclusive that it wasn't a first down is a better way to phrase that question.
Not conclusive.
And they ruled it a first down.
McDaniel, you're the truth.
Mike McDaniel is too good to ever say it goes against him.
Okay, just wait. All right, the Niners and Rams. Is McVay a legend or a scumbag for kicking the field goal?
Legend.
Scumbag.
Legend.
Scumbag.
Jonathan, break the tiebreaker. Legend or scumbag to kick a useless field goal to cover the spread?
He's James.
Legend.
Scumbag.
Legend. I mean,
dude, he's looking out for the betters.
Yeah. Also,
looking out for half the betters.
Yeah. Well, probably not even half. The Rams with a healthy Stafford and Aaron Donald are a good football team. They're not a great football team, but they're a good football team.
They sure as hell ain't the Bears.
Yeah, that's true. The Bears suck. And finally, one of the other two horrific games on Monday Night Football last night, the Browns versus the Steelers. T's and P's to Nick Chubb having an injury that is so bad they won't show a replay.
It was bad.
It's bad, but did you see a replay? Because I didn't see a replay.
I saw
I didn't see one.
When you were watching the game, you could hear the reaction from the stadium of how
bad. For sure.
It was Conor McGregor-esque. It was
correct, but I knew he was hurt, but I wasn't thinking that he was life-threatening hurt.
His leg bent at about a 72-degree angle backwards.
I didn't see. I never saw it, so
it was not pretty. I saw it on Twitter. That's the only way I saw it.
Dude, he's gonna have the whole Alex Smith ordeal. He's gonna be lucky to ever play again.
Nah, Alex Smith's was like a compound infection.
Yeah,
this wasn't like a compound fracture infection. This was like every ligament in your knee is busted.
I mean, but surely he broke something as well.
I don't know that he. Well, did they even announce what the actual injury was?
No, they still haven't announced it today.
Because it's so bad. It's so bad.
Nick Chubb probably never plays football again, and that's sad.
Yeah, that's what I think.
He's a fun running back to watch. He doesn't wear gloves. I love it. He runs downhill and just will smack you in the mouth, old school style. I love it. And it's going to be – I'm sad that we're going to lose out on one of those kind of running backs.
I don't think it's a season or a career ender necessarily.
But this is the second time this has happened to him, I think.
Well, my only thought is medicine's come a long way.
He's also in his 30s, though, as a running back. I mean, the odds of him coming back are going to be low.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Whose legs are going to be broken worse by Pittsburgh Steelers? Nick Chubb or Matt Canada if he continues coaching the way he does?
Matt Canada.
I think that they're about to take a lead pipe to his legs for sure.
Dude, when you win a football game and the whole stadium is saying fire Matt Canada, that is
also
bad.
When your defense scores more points than your offense does.
Yeah.
For multiple times in a row. All right. The other thing we got to bring up now, we don't like to usually mention other podcasts on this podcast, but we occasionally mention some of the things we listen to. And one of the podcasts that most of us listen to is the Pat McAfee Show. And it's time to go to war with the Pat McAfee Show. There was some slander from the Pat McAfee Incorporated offices today about Myles Garrett because he didn't have as good of a game as TJ Watt or Alex Highsmith last night. And I will not sit here and take it. Myles Garrett, he might not be better than TJ Watt. He probably is not. But he is miles ahead, pun intended, of Alex Highsmith. That is some bogus nonsense. I know that they got some yinzers in that offense or that office, but Myles Garrett is a monster.
He was literally crossing the center up last week.
And I heard it the other day, and I couldn't sit here and take it of listening to them slander Myles Garrett. We are a pro Aggie podcast, but without even any bias. Myles Garrett is a monster.
Yeah.
Myles is a freak.
He could have gone to the University of Libtards, and I would say, hey.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
What that dude is a beast. That dude is built differently.
He can line up inside, he can line up outside and dominate a play.
I didn't say that. Please forgive me.
All right. Let's get to everyone's favorite part of the podcast, which we save for the end because we know everyone listens an hour and 5 minutes in. The Brandon Staley coaching malpractice tracker. We got 4 coaches on the hot seat this week. We'll save Brandon Staley for last because we know he's always going to be on it. I got to throw my guy Andy Reid on the tracker this week. I mean, the game was ugly, but they were winning for a large majority of that game. And Isaiah Pacheco, averaging 10 yards per carry, got 4 carries in the first half, and only ended up with 12 carries in the game when they were dominating, like they were winning the game and needing to bleed the clock, and they just wouldn't run the ball. I'm sorry, Andy Reid. Got to throw you on the tracker for that. We got to run the ball when we're winning games and we're running for over 5 yards a carry. We got to just run the ball, people. I know it's not the most exciting football, but it wins football games.
Yep.
Throw it.
Nope.
But on the flip side,
I'm kidding. I'm a pro run the ball guy.
I mean, also like in the Raiders game, Josh Jacobs only had 9 carries. That's a problem. He's your best player on offense. I guess Devontae Adams is pretty good too. On flip side of the same game with Andy Reid, we had Doug Peterson. Game is coming to an end. You're down 8. You need to stop. It's 3rd and 5. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. You don't call a timeout, letting the Chiefs run it down to the 2-minute warning. And what does that let them do? It lets them throw it on 3rd and 5. Pick up the first down, and then they also got like 40 yards on that play. And then that bleeds the clock out. You had 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. He didn't take a timeout, gave Andy Reid the option to throw the ball with Patrick Mahomes, got it done, got a first down. That ended the game. So sorry, Dougie P. I love you as a coach, but you also are on the Brandon Staley coaching malpractice. Other coaches that we love, Big Mike. Big Mike. Keeping the starters in up 20 with 6 minutes left in the game. Micah Parsons, Dak Prescott still on the field with 6 minutes left in the game. Could have got injured in a useless game.
A week before that, Micah Parsons despairs the Giants for leaving their starters in.
Yep. So Big Mike is not listening to his players. That's almost a double whammy.
Yep.
On the coaching malpractice, but we'll give him only one. That's fine. And finally, currently winning the Brandon Staley coaching malpractice tracker for the year is Brandon Staley. Shocker. Did y'all watch the end of this game at all?
Oh my god!
I didn't. I was watching the score. I didn't see the actual game.
So I didn't watch it live, but I went back and I went and watched the final. So the Chargers get the ball with 2 minutes 21 seconds left, 3 timeouts.
Fucking fuck.
Drive right down the field. They make it to the Tennessee 14-yard line with 57 seconds left, and they still have 3 timeouts, and they're only down 3. And he played for the tie from the 14-yard line. He didn't try to score a touchdown. And they went to overtime and they lost.
That's always bizarre to me. Why do you do that?
That's Brandon Staley for you.
No, that's the opposite of Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley was the guy that would he only needs a field goal and would kick or would try to score a touchdown.
True.
He's
True.
completely flipped. But he flipped in the worst way possible to where he's still doing coaching malpractice.
He feels that seat getting hot and he doesn't know what to do.
Dude, his ass is on fire.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That could be like a week 8.
Yeah. No. I mean, shoot. Hold on.
Hey, if they go 0-3, it's
No, he won't get fired. But so if they lose to the Vikings, they're 0-3. The next week after that, they play the Raiders.
if they lose that,
It
it's
is
over.
possible that they lose to the Raiders, but probably not likely. But let's say they do.
It's
you know
over.
who they have after the Raiders? The Cowboys. They're definitely not winning that game.
Oh, it's over.
So there's a chance. It's a very slim chance, but there's a very slim chance that the Chargers are 0-5, and he definitely gets fired at that point.
We're gonna see Kellen Moore as a head coach by week 6.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my god! Hey, yeah, you know who they play after the Cowboys? The Chiefs.
Oh gosh.
Ellen Moore. That would be.
But
hilarious.
don't worry, Chargers fans. If you are 0-6 at that point in time, week 7 you play the Bears. So
You're 1-7.
there's your win. There's your win. All right. Let's wrap it up today. We're going to once again be done before an hour and 15 minutes. Go team. We got picks. It's Tuesday. Well, you're hearing this on a Thursday. But as we record this on a Tuesday, these are the lines. We got some picks. We were just talking about them, so I'll start us off. There's no way the Chargers start 0-3, and they're underdogs. So I'm taking the Chargers plus 1.5. I also got sticking in the NFL with the Dolphins. I'm taking a rat line. We talk about them every week here on the podcast. The Dolphins are minus 6.5 on Tuesday night. They're going to win by a touchdown. Have you seen Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? They're very good. And I also think going to the college slate that Florida State beats Clemson by a field goal and covers the minus 2.5. Let's say, Blake, you want to go next? Go next, Blake.
I'm all NFL. I'm taking Tennessee plus 3. I am taking Washington Commanders plus 6.5 at a principal. Home dog 6.5. Come on. And then Philadelphia minus 5. As much as I hate the Eagles.
Yeah. Are the Eagles going to be the new Chiefs where they're like favored every week and never covered?
Could be.
I'm afraid of that. But I mean, I look at that and say, yeah, the Eagles should definitely win this game by 5, but we'll see. Shane, you can go next.
I'm gonna take Ole Miss plus 7 against Bama. Not confident in Alabama. Not really confident in Ole Miss either, but hey, to hell with it. Then I'm gonna take the Jets plus 3 against the Patriots, just based off defense, and then I will take a rat line. The Dolphins -6.5 against the Broncos.
I like the picks. I mean, Ole Miss +7, maybe not so much, but Zach Wilson's got to figure it out eventually, right?
I don't even care about Zach Wilson. I just think the defense will hold it up.
That defense as well.
Zach Wilson is dead.
All right, Jonathan, take us home with the homer picks as we like to see here on the Football is King podcast. We love some homerism.
I'm taking Texas A&M's -7.5 over Auburn. I'm taking Utah -4 over UCLA, and Iowa State over Oklahoma State because Oklahoma State lost to fucking South Alabama.
Nothing like a revenge pick.
Nothing like a revenge bet is a great way to lose some money.
Yeah, well, I actually lost money. I was in Mississippi this weekend, and I actually was at the casino at the sports book, and I actually lost money on that fucking bet.
That's fair.
Oklahoma State, Mike Gundy, kiss my ass.
You know what? He's a man and he's 40, so he can take it. So way to go after him. I'm proud of you for going after him and not the players.
You know, he's like almost
He's got to be 50-something, yeah.
No, that was not 20 years ago.
It was almost 20 years ago. It was like 15 years ago.
He's still rocking.
I bet that was 2012.
He's still rocking the mullet.
I mean, he's in his 50s for sure.
No, because it was when I was in high school because everyone made the joke. I'm a man. I'm 40.
That was 2012.
Fair enough. All right. That's going to do it this week for the Football is King podcast. For all of you bettors out there, we hope you have some good bets going on this weekend. As always, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Click the button so you get the notifications. Let's see if we can go from 30 to 35 subscribers this week and just keep gaining. We appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
All right, gents.